Hi again. I thought I would jump on and do a short video about cultivating calm or cultivating confidence, growing confidence. It works the same for both, and it seemed like an appropriate time to be having this discussion. So the way that I talk to people about it is I tell a little bit of a story because I'm think in pictures, so I'm a fairly visual sort of person. So this is how I describe to people how calm can be lost and then how we can cultivate it again. Because often I think people will relate to calm or confidence in terms of it's either something that you have or it's something that you don't have, which is a misnomer as far as I'm concerned. It's something that you grow, actually. So imagine that prior to all of this COVID-19 stuff happening, you would have considered yourself to be a fairly calm person or a fairly confident person. Think of that like you're a farmer and you have a field that's full of corn and you've got big stalks with, fully grown heads of corn. And you're the sort of farmer where your field has always produced a crop. So you're able to sow and then reap as much as you want to. And if you think of corn as being like your feeling of calm, it's always just been there to be able to nourish you and feed you. It's like you can, reap this massive harvest of corn and then you put it into your silos and you store it up for times when you've needed it. Or you've had such an abundance that, you make cornbread and you make corn soup and you feed the whole community with your abundance of corn. Calm or confident can be very much like that. It can be this feeling of just having an overabundance of it. And if you're a naturally confident person, or you've experienced yourself in some situations as having a decent amount of calm or a good amount of confidence, it's like that. It's like you're a farmer and you just go out to the field and, you cock up your leg onto the fence post and you stand there with your farmer's hat and your little, I don't know why now I'm suddenly picturing the scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz, but that's what I'm picturing. So you just look out over your field and it's there and the corn is fully grown, the sun has shone, you've fertilized it, the rain has fallen, and there it is. You just have confidence in some situations. You have calm in some situations. Naturally, you haven't needed to do anything in particular to grow it. It's like the earth itself has, in the way that the earth grows corn. Inexplicably, who knows, the way that that happens, and this sort of tapestry of nature. Your psychology is very, very similar to that. You can just grow calm or grow confidence sometimes. And then what happens is a big event, like the COVID-19 stuff. And in one fell swoop, all of your calm or all of your confidence feels like it's just been absolutely decimated. It's just been eliminated, which is kind of like a fire just runs through the field and destroys all of your crop. So then, whereas ordinarily you would come out and you would, survey your field and it would just be lush and rich with an abundance that could nourish you and nourish others. Now it's just gone. There's none left. And I think that's why people will often say to themselves, I just have no confidence, or I have no ability to be calm anymore. It's just gone. And particularly if previously that natural cycle for you had been something that had been running for a long time, people experience that as a natural feeling for them. I'm just a naturally confident person, or I can be a naturally calm person. So it doesn't feel like you're really you anymore, which is probably, I would guess, a lot of what's happening for people at the moment. Just not feeling like themselves or who they really are. Well, what would happen if a fire ran through the cornfield and just eliminated all of it overnight, such that it just wasn't there anymore. Any decent farmer would understand that when you plant corn again, when you plant those seeds, they don't just shoot up to the extent that you can feel that same sense of calm and confidence anymore. So in growing corn, it starts out small, and it starts out not looking like corn. When you start to grow something again, it's not in the same form that it was before. So I guess what I'm saying is, during these really difficult times, if you're feeling like you need to grow a sense of calm again, or you need to grow your confidence, you have to be able to see it and recognize it when it's in that really small form, when it doesn't look like what it used to look like. Because corn doesn't actually look like corn until way, way, way at the end. And that's when you can begin to feel nourished by it. You can begin to feel like you're fed in that sense. But when you're first starting to cultivate a feeling of calm, you have to be able to see those little versions of it. So for instance, moving about your day. If you can see little moments where you can actually achieve a small feeling of calm or a little bit of confidence, that's it. That is your confidence. That is your calm. It hasn't gone anywhere. It hasn't disappeared, even though it looks like it has. But if you were a really good farmer and you went out to your field and you saw that all of it was gone, you would not freak out about it as if you were never going to be able to grow corn again. It's like, no, that's a misunderstanding of how your psychology works. That's a misunderstanding of how the earth and nature work. So I hope that's sort of been a little bit helpful, and also hopefully a little bit clear as well. So my offer to you would be, in these times of crisis, try to recognize those little moments where you do still feel calm. You can still access a little bit of your confidence. And then focusing on it, tending to it, in terms of being able to recognize, well, my calm hasn't gone anywhere. I just have to pay a bit more attention to those little moments where my calm has started to shoot back up again. And then fertilize it. Fertilize it with your focus. Fertilize it with your attention. Fertilize it with being able to recognize it is still here. You are still really, truly who you are. You are the real you, because you can't not be. Nothing can take that away from you. Just try to recognize it when it's in its small form, from day to day. And it's okay that it's not what it used to look like. It's okay that it doesn't look complete and fully formed and ready to feed you yet, because it's not. It just has to have a little bit of time to grow again. And the fertilizer, the thing that helps it grow the absolute most, is you, first of all, not freaking out that it's not how it used to be. It's just a little bit different, but it is still the same thing. A little shoot of corn, given a little bit of time and a little bit of love, grows into corn. It just does, because that's natural. So I hope that's made some semblance of sense. And if not, my apologies. Take care, everybody.